In this video, I'm going to show you how to submit your local business to all of the data aggregators using BrightLocal's Citation Builder tool. Now, why do you want your business in these data aggregators? Well, when you submit your business information to the data aggregators like the Yellow Pages network, which includes like Dex Knows, Localeze, or you submit to Foursquare, you submit to the GPS networks. This shows Google that you are a legitimate business. Okay, it builds trust, and you have a profile on these high domain authority sites. So it's super, super important that you submit to these data aggregators as well as build out your other citations that are free. But I highly suggest when you start your local SEO strategy that you submit your business to these data aggregators. Now, there are other tools that you can use to accomplish this, to submit your business to the data aggregators. There are tools like Whitespark, like LeadSnap. I just happen to prefer BrightLocal. I'm more familiar with it. I've used Whitespark, no issues there. Great company, great service. I like the communication of BrightLocal because you submit your business and it's a process, and sometimes they have updates for you. There's little notes about that submission, and sometimes they give you that little note that you need to do a further verification. So let's jump into BrightLocal and I'll show you how to do this. So first things first, you're going to go to brightlocal.com and you're going to create an account if you haven't done so already. Now, before you go into the Citation Builder, I highly recommend that you go and add the location first. So whether it's one location or two or more locations, we can just set that up. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and connect our Google Business profile. That's the easiest way to do this. And we're going to go through, click yes. Now I have a lot of Google Business profiles connected to this email. So we are going to go with my personal one. Let's see where this one is. There we go. Okay, select that one. Next. And I find this to be a very simple process, quick process, and one that you shouldn't have too many problems with. You want to make sure that you fill this out correctly. I'm in the United States. Is this location a service area business? This is very important. In my case, yes. And I'm a marketing agency. Now, internet marketing service, I will say, this is my primary category on my Google Business profile. You want to make sure that this is accurate. Okay. I'm in California. That's my address. Super important that you triple check your information when setting this up, because you don't want to submit your business to a bunch of data aggregators and directories when you're going to have to go back and fix that. Let's see, CFS, we'll call it that. Now, important to note that if you are a service area business, then you do not submit to the GPS, right? And I'll show you later how you just click that if you do have a business address. So okay, we'll add this location. It's telling me my zip code is invalid for some reason. That's not true. That is my zip code. Let's just fill that out again. Try again. Okay. Now, also important that you go into the location manager and fill everything out. Okay, you don't want to skip this and then go into the citation builder before you've filled this all out. You can see my Google Business profile is connected. Now, something that is kind of annoying is that even though you connect the Google Business profile, it doesn't always update things as you want it to, right? So double check my business hours since I don't remember. Let's see, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Be sure to add that information in there. There we go. Okay. Now, business description. I don't know why it sometimes doesn't pull all of this in, which is annoying. But let's go back. As you can see, I've got some images there. You can obviously add more. That's going to be my logo. Citation Builder data. Okay, so if you want to add more contacts, which I do, I usually add all of this stuff in. Don't usually give my email because I don't want tons of people emailing me, right? Such as spammers. Payments method accepted, right? So you basically want to go through and select all of these that are relevant. Now, your category. You want to make sure that this matches to your Google business profile. Now, like all the stuff I'm doing here is optional, but I like to add this all in. So I'm going to come back and put these all in, and I'll just get back to the video when I've had these all put in. Put in all my social channels, and an easy way to do this, hopefully you've done this on your Google business profile, is to go in here and just copy paste, right? Oops. Copy paste each one of these, and then just paste them in here to these social profile links. Okay, we're all good to go. Just check for any errors again, and it'll give you, a red error if any of this is wrong or if you've got any issues. For example, for your phone numbers, they like a certain format, so just make sure you follow that. And the reason why I did this is because if you just go to citations and start to add your citation info, and you start going through all of this, there's certain things like the images that you can only add from the core information and not within the citation builder. So then you've got to go back into this and do that first, which is a little annoying. So I suggest setting up this first before you go into the citations. So now we're going to go into citations and citation builder. And this is already set up. So typically you're going to have to click through another page, right, and get everything going. So again, here, this is very important. And in this case, I don't have a physical address where people can come. So if I was showing my address publicly, then you can submit yourself to the navigation, right? The GPS services. But because I am not doing that, see how this turns off? And this is not available if you do not have an address. So what they're going to show you here is that there's 30 manual submissions that are already added here. And I'm going to add the data aggregators. That's definitely what we want. And you can see for 6 of those, it is $176. And the manual submissions, right? You can choose which ones you want to be on. Google, Apple Maps, Yelp, Manta, Merchant Circle, Allbiz. You can unclick these, right? If you are already in them or you just don't want them, right? So in my case, I don't want any of these. Do the data aggregator and network submissions. So we'll remove that. So there you go. You can see we've got all the data aggregators. If you do all of them, you get 20% off. Active Sync Plus, I'm going to remove that. I don't want that either. Here we go, $127.50 for the data aggregators for all 5 of those. And that's all you have to do. I do some of the manual submissions, remove harmful or duplicate listings. But for this case, we are only doing the data aggregator submissions. And you just click through, confirm and pay, and then you're all set up. And I'll show you Let's take a look at this. Citation Builder. All of these in September. So yellow pages, Dex knows, super pages, Localeze, Localeze, I don't know what it's called, GPS network, Foursquare, and Data Axle. I actually submitted to 7 because this business. Okay. And this is what I was talking about, that it gives you notes on everything. Okay. If something needs to be done, do a phone verification, they tell you that. And like I said, these you have to pay for. You can't just get yourself on these without paying. This is my favorite way to do this. And as you can see, for 120 bucks, I got this business into all of these data aggregator networks. All right, so that's how you do it. If you got any questions, pop them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and follow the channel. My mission is to share more local business marketing and local business tips with local business owners like yourself.